Hi, this is Anu Handa from Mosaic Institute of Design, and today we'll discuss some questions from JEE Mains Paper 2 for b.arch Aptitude test. The question here tells us to identify the correct 3D figure from the answer figures, which has the elevation as given in the problem figure on left. To answer such questions, we should always remember 3D figures have 3 dimensions, that is length into breadth into height. A top view has 2 dimensions, that is length into breadth. And an elevation also has 2 dimensions, height and either the length or the breadth. So coming to the first question now, we can see an elevation on the left and 4 3D figures on the right, out of which we have to choose one that has the elevation given on the left. Now, I must tell you that once you understand how to solve such questions, they become super easy and take minimum time. For example, by just glancing over the question, I can figure out that the third option is the correct answer. I will tell you later how I was able to identify that. But first, the easier way out. This arrow that you can see over here, it denotes the position of the viewer, which is exactly perpendicular to the 3D figure. We assume that we have a transparent sheet over here. We have to make an assumption that we have placed a transparent sheet over here. To draw the correct elevation, we draw projections. These blue lines that you can see, these are the projections. So we draw the projections as shown with the blue lines from the 3D figure, that is over here, to the transparent sheet over here. Now, the highlighted portion that we have over here in red is the correct elevation. After you have done such exercises a number of times, you will be able to solve the questions without even drawing the projections. We'll see how that works. Coming back to the original problem figure. Now, the method that is more quick, that will not take much of your time, but this comes after a lot of practice. We'll adopt the process of elimination here. We know in the elevation, we can see 2 shapes. One is the triangle on the top and the rectangle on the bottom. So looking at the problem figure, that is the elevation, we can directly eliminate the first option. Why? Because if we take projections of this 3D figure, we will just get the triangle, that is the top portion, and not the rectangular one at the bottom. So we can quickly eliminate this option. Also, we can see in this elevation that there is a gap between the edges of these 2 shapes. You can see the gap over here and the gap over here, which we will not be able to see if we take the projections in the second and fourth figure. This is the second figure. If you can see, there is no gap between the lower portion and the upper portion, as you can see in the elevation over here. Over here also there is no gap, over here also there is no gap. So when we will take the projections, we will not get the same elevation as we can see over here. Only in the third option this is possible. When we take the projections from the third option, we will get an elevation that matches this problem figure. So clearly, by following this method of elimination, we can get the correct answer, right? If you're not able to follow this method, it's definitely okay, as the understanding comes after a lot of practice. Till then, you can go by this method. You can start drawing the projections with the help of a pencil and paper, and then you can get the elevation over here, and then you can match it with the correct elevation. Now, the second question is similar to the one that we have solved above. It says, identify the correct 3D figure from the answer figures which has the elevation as given in the problem figure on left. Going by the process of elimination, we can see that this particular shape, this shape that you can see, we can only see if we can take the projections from figure 1 and figure 4. This particular shape is not there in figure 3 and figure 2. It's only present in figure 1 and figure 4. So we can easily eliminate second and third option. And also from the first and fourth option, clearly fourth option is the correct one, because this particular line that we can see in the elevation, it will only appear if we take projections from the fourth option. It will not be there if we take projections from the first option. So when we draw projections from fourth option, we get the elevation on the left. As you can see over here, we have taken projections and we can see this elevation over here. The third question says, 3D problem figure shows the view of an object. Identify the correct elevation as indicated by the arrow. Here the correct answer is option 3. Why? Because when we stand perpendicular to this 3D figure, we can see that this triangular shape we can see in elevation when we stand at this position. But this triangular shape is not present in option 1, option 2 or option 4. It's only present, we can see this triangular shape only in option 3. Also, when we take projections, we have taken projections, we can see that the option 3 is the correct answer, since the elevation matches the option 3. The fourth question is similar to the third one. 3D problem figure shows the view of an object. Identify the correct elevation as indicated by arrow. Here, when we look at the 3D problem figure from the position of the arrow, it is very much clear that we can clearly eliminate option 1 and option 3. Simply because this circular shape that is present over here is not existing in option 1 and option 3. So we can clearly eliminate option 1 and option 3. Now from second and fourth option, second is the correct option, because the fourth option shows what is only visible in views. You can see over here. So the fourth option shows what is only visible in views and not elevations. That is the third dimension that is visible over here. So clearly, second option is the correct option. We can see that when we take projections from the 3D figure, we get the elevation that is similar to the second option. In the fifth question, problem figure shows top view of an object. Identify the correct elevation amongst the answer figures. Here, we can see that we have got a top view over here and we have got 4 elevations and we have to find the correct one. So when we take projections and try to create an elevation from this top view, we come up with an elevation which is very much similar to option 3. So with this, we come to the end of this video. You need to solve a lot of such questions to gain expertise. I've put together more helpful links in the description. Do check them out. That's all for today. This is Anuhanda signing off. See you next week. Till then, bye-bye.